Hey, my name is Justin Case, and if you're not paying attention, HIP-103 passed. Mobile Oracle Hex Boosting. So what does that mean? Well, let's talk about it. But please do like this video and subscribe to my channel if you're interested in hearing more content like this. So to be clear, it passed with 92.84% for HIP-103 and 7.15 against. Now, it is good to note that Nova did vote on this. That Andy, one of the authors, told me that Nova never votes on any HIPs. He told me this in the comments, but fact is, they're voting, and they voted on HIP-103. They voted for it, and obviously it passed. Now, my argument isn't that, they can't vote, because they do. We all know that it's the big whales that really push whether something passes or fails. But it does prove my point that if Nova wants something done, they will make sure it happens. Should this have passed? Probably. I mean, it's their network, and at the end of the day, they're the ones who are trying to get that network to be profitable, and they're doing what they can to make it happen. So I totally get it, but it doesn't negate the fact that it kind of makes this whole, people-powered network terminology questionable, right? It's not really the people-powered or people-controlled. Specific people control it. So that being said, now, as it says under the summary here, we're going to have 3 new oracles. We're going to have an urbanization oracle, a footfall oracle, and a land type oracle. So what does that mean to us when it comes to having our hotspots up and running or thinking about putting new hotspots up? Well, first of all, when it comes to people who are thinking about putting new ones up, you may want to put your credit card away and take a step back and think whether you can ROI quickly enough. So if we look at the deployment, impact, and implementation for this HIP, you'll notice that it says here that these oracles will be implemented one by one to have a faster rollout. I thought at first that they would implement them one by one, but then they couldn't actually execute on any of them until 90 days because they need them in order to, implement the reward structure. But apparently not. Nope, it says it takes 30 days to implement each oracle, so a total of 90 days for full implementation, and this is how they're going to do it. So first, we have the urbanization oracle. It says they're going to take 30 days, but they might not have started yet. But it does say 30 days after the HIP passing. So from this point today, you're looking at 30 days before we start dealing with urban, not urban, or outside the US or Mexico. I'm going to add that Mexico part because obviously we've entered Mexico, and so outside the US isn't quite accurate. So if you're in an urban area, 100% rewards. If you're in a non-urban area, it goes down by 75%. It's a lowering of 75%. You're only going to get 25% rewards. And if you've snuck that CBRS radio into another country or in international waters, you're going to get 0 rewards. I think there's a few people who may have snuck it in international waters, and that's why they're doing that. And that being said, this is based off of Res 10 hexes. At least that was my understanding of all of these. Res 10 hexes, if you look at the planner, I believe the planner is like Res 12 hexes. And my understanding is from the planner, you can take those hexes and you can fit 49 of them into a Res 10 hex. So that'll give you an idea of exactly how big that hex is. Now, as Res 12 goes, I think at least mine covers quite a lot of them. So I'll be curious about how much I'm going to lose from that not urban. I happen to live right on the edge. So while the high signal, it goes high, medium, and low. Well, the high signal is pretty much all in urbanized areas. My low signal goes way farther than that into non-urban areas. So, it's going to be an issue. But it's got 30 days to implement. I have not ROI'd yet. I spent quite a lot of money buying a indoor miner, indoor Wi-Fi hotspot, outdoor Wi-Fi hotspot, a 430 CBRS, and a 436 CBRS with the 18 dBi directional antenna. And that, plus the equipment, plus the install on the roof, plus I even had an electrician come in and hook up a connection on the second floor to make it easier to plug things in. All of that cost me somewhere around $8,000. So at this point, I am estimating it'll take about 2 weeks before I ROI. So if I get my money back in 2 weeks, you will see, I will show you the process of transferring that to a place to then convert it to actual cash and cash out. Yeah, got to cash out to get my money back, but then keeping all the rest of that mobile and seeing what happens to it, seeing what happens to the price of mobile. Okay, to continue on though, the next one after that is going to be in 60 days, as it says, and that's going to be the urbanization and footfall oracle. So now before we just had that single multiplier, now we have this double multiplier, and it kind of shows you on the right side exactly how they're going to implement that. But again, we're looking at fairly large hexes, compared to the planar hexes. Again, can put 49 of those little hexes into a Res 10 hex. And hopefully your footfall traffic is pretty good because you're in an urban area, but I'm guessing that the suburbs are not going to have as good a footfall. Looking at the footfall numbers from me, I saw, for example, the big footfall area they had for my area where I live is at the park. Makes sense. A lot of people go to the park. A lot more people go to the park than my house, for example. So not a lot of footfall traffic here. I'm wondering how many rewards am I looking at a delusion of 0.75, meaning I'm going to go down by about 25%, or am I going to go down by 50% because of that? We'll see, but we won't see it for 60 days. And then there is number 3 here, an implementation date, again, 90 days, and that's when they start saying, is it a built-up area? Do we have tree cover, shrubs, grassland? What's it going to be? So again, they're going to base this on a rather large hex. So I'm going to assume that if there's a house within that hex, it's probably considered built up. So hopefully, you have it at your house or you have it at a friend's building somewhere. This will make a difference. Now, I'm not super happy about this regardless. It's going to have an impact on us, but if I ROI within 2 weeks, at least I'll have my money back, as hopefully most of you will. I like to look at Helium Geek here and see how things are going. Right now, for example, with my CBRS, making 146,000 mobile a day, where my outdoor Wi-Fi is only getting 2.3 thousand a day, so not that much, and my indoor Wi-Fi is only getting 325. Now, granted, as you can see, it has a 0.5 multiplier on it, but I could have kept it in my house, probably be making more if it was in my house, but I wanted to put it somewhere that it could get data rewards. So I figured, you know what, right now I'm getting more from the CBRS. Let's just do this. And I put it at my friend's, and he doesn't have great speed, and he's not going to change it just for me. So it is what it is. And, looking at this particular app, I can see here mobile data transfers and open it up. And, the first couple days there that you're looking at, it was at my house. So I was able to mess with it. And then for the last week or so, it's been at my friend's nail salon. And yeah, not much. I think there was that one spike right there on January 29th. And to be honest, that was probably me when I first set it up. And then I was just messing with it to make sure I could connect to it. So he's in a good footfall area and all of that. But I'm not happy with what I'm seeing when it comes to data transfer there. And if I look at the one on my roof, obviously I'm getting 100% because I have good internet speeds for everything else. But when it comes again to mobile data transfer, I'm not even connecting to it. I connected to it once, as you could see here, just to test it. But it's on my roof. I can't connect to it in my house. So yeah, it's not getting any data other than me. Now, obviously, my CBRS is not getting data because they shut it off, but it is doing well. In fact, if I scroll down here under rewards, it says that I am ranked 44th. I am 44th when it comes to the many people that have CBRS systems. And it got me wondering, okay, I'm 44th. What is like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 doing? How well are they doing? And you can actually go in here and take a look. So it got me wondering, what do they have that I don't have? What are they doing that's different? So to be clear, I have two. I have a CBRS 430 and a CBRS 436 and that 18 dBi directional antenna. And I look at Radiant Frost J, who is making way more than me, and he has Circom indoor. And how does he put this many on? I thought we could only connect 3, so I'm super shocked here. But anyway, he also has 2 Nova 436s, and I think that's the answer. Honestly, if I had gotten 2 Nova 436s a month ago, I would be making way more and maybe be in the top 20. I don't know. But that's what they've done, right? I go to Rapid Cherry, Dalmatian here. What's he got going on? He's got 2 Nova 436Hs. There you go. Look at the covered cells there, 24,000 each. So he's just layering them on top of each other. And as the rules go, you can put 2 up, and the second one will get 0.75. And if you put 3 up, the third will get 0.25. So a lowering rewards to 25% for the third one, a lowering rewards by 25%, so only getting 75% of your rewards on the second one. So most people just do 2. And as you can see, he's number 2. He's getting, making good money there. 330,000 a day. Let's see here, silly amethyst seal. I shouldn't say he, could be she, right? But again, 2 Nova 436Hs. Actually, I looked on a different app to see how long some of these have been up, and most of them have only been up for a couple weeks. People jumped onto this when they realized this is the last chance. These are the final days to do it. And they bought as many of these CBRSs as they could and are up and running to hopefully earn money until, that these oracles start going into effect. So, let's see. This guy had a Nova 430, Nova 430, Nova 430, Nova 430. Oh, there we go. Then there's the 430H, the 430H, the 430H. Looks like something happened just a couple days ago. There's one non-operational radio. So yeah, that makes sense. Probably had to remove some of these, but I'm not sure how they got more than 3. If somebody wants to explain that to me, please do in the comments. So my point being is, if you're going to want to do this, you probably only have 30 days to make it happen. And keep in mind, it's going to be at least 5 days for it to get delivered. And then maybe a couple days to get online and get approved with your CBRS radio. So, you could be talking about 20 days. If you can't ROI in 20 days, why do it? But it's really interesting to actually go through this and see all of the different people and how much rewards they're making. Like I said, I am 44th there, Fluffy Latte Mockingbird, and I'm getting about 145 right now. So not all of us can do it. Really, it depends on our location, and even then, all of these oracles will change the landscape in the next 90 days. So each 30 days, it's going to change more and more until, well, we'll see what happens. The nice thing is we are still being paid in a large pot, right, every day, and those rewards then go somewhere else. So hopefully for those of you who have outdoor hotspots and indoor hotspots, maybe you'll be making more money. I don't know how much more, but more. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody, and please do like and subscribe. Have a great day.